Episode 266. I'll look for a woman like my mother. Stephen was silent. Thinking of Serena, he felt a bit complicated. Thinking about her, he always felt guilty. In the beginning, he had helped Lila do all those terrible things, which was why Serena and her children had to grow up like that. Stephen had contributed to the preparation of the disaster. Over the years, he had been trying to make up for it. He ran up and down with Miranda to help the Robinson group in whatever capacity he could. Every day was busy. But every time he saw her lonely figure in the office, he felt very sorry. She was actually just a woman who missed her family. Suddenly, Miranda pulled him, blinked, and said, "I'm hungry." He smiled. "I'll go get something delicious for you. Wait for me." "Okay." When Stephen stepped out of the front door, the nurse walked in with a crying baby. Miranda panicked a little. When she saw the child, she sat up with some difficulty. The little baby was red, wrinkled, and small. She took her cautiously, but the little thing cried even more. "Don't cry." She held the child carefully, but she wept, her face redder and more wrinkled now. By now, Miranda was about to cry. "Why does she cry all the time? Is she hungry?" The nurse chuckled. "Yes, just give her some milk." Miranda put the little girl on her lap, holding her with one hand, and used the other hand to lift up her shirt. Seeing the nurse staring at her, she blushed and said, "Well, can you close the door?" The nurse chuckled. Miranda lifted her shirt and stuffed her nipple into the baby's mouth. As soon as the baby sucked on it, she stopped crying. After a while, she started screaming again. Why don't I have milk? Isn't it supposed to happen after giving birth?" She rubbed her breast and found the baby crying louder. "That is normal. Just let her suck on it a little longer." "Thank you." Miranda felt it was quite hard. When the nurse went out and closed the door, she pressed on her breasts further. Her baby took a few mouthfuls before she cried again. Miranda panicked and wanted to cry herself. Looking at the phone next to her, she wanted to call her husband back. Just then, the ward door was knocked on and a slender, tall figure came in. It was very hot outside. Serena, wearing a thin pink sleeveless dress, walked in. Her long curly hair was put into a ponytail and no powder was applied on her face. Her facial features were eye-catching. Miranda immediately saw the savior and shouted, "Serena, great timing! I have no milk and the baby's been crying. What should I do?" Vanessa followed Serena inside. Hearing this, she put down the nutrition supplement in her hand and took out a breast pump with the other hand. "Sanitized already. I knew that you would have this trouble. Come, let me hold her." Serena took the baby and gently rocked her. "So cute. She will be a beauty in the future." Vanessa took out the breast pump and passed it along to Cheng Yu. Miranda was moved, but she quickly looked up. "How do you know that it's a girl?" Serena glanced at the swaddling cloth and said, "Pink." Miranda put the breast pump on her breast, and there was milk indeed. She was relieved. Soon she got half a bottle, and Serena gently fed it to the baby. The little thing finally stopped crying. She was quietly drinking her milk. "Your parents said they would come over, right? Where's Stephen? Where did he go, leaving you alone?" "They haven't arrived yet. Last night my water broke. Stephen has already called them. He went to get me food and hasn't returned yet." Miranda felt that Serena was a great help. Seeing that half bottle of milk almost finished by the little baby, she clicked her tongue and said, "This little thing can eat." Serena smiled. "It means that she's in good health. Now let's get some more." After the bottle was pulled out, the baby snorted but did not cry. Swaying her small arms, her eyes were half closed. She was very cute. Serena teased the little thing and said, "Marry my Jeremy in the future. So pretty." "Your Jeremy is very picky. I asked him what type of girl he liked a while ago and asked if he had a crush on anyone in kindergarten. Can you guess what he said?" "What?" Mentioning her son, Serena could not help smiling. Miranda said, "He said, 'Little girl, Julian is annoying enough. I'll look for a woman like my mother.'" Hearing that, Vanessa also laughed. Serena was about to say something, but the ward door was opened. Stephen walked in with a delicate carton box and was surprised to see Serena. "How come you're here? Is it not busy at work today?" "It's busy, but I gave everything to Keith to handle. Now I'm going to pick up the children from school." She looked at her watch. "Okay, time is almost up. I have to pick up the children. Here's the baby." Stephen took the baby with care. It was soft. Holding the baby, he was afraid he was going to drop it, but the smile on his face could not be hidden. It looked a bit silly. Serena saw him this way, and she unconsciously thought of what Jake looked like when he learned that she was pregnant with twins. She could still see his expression. Just like a fool. Her eyes became dim. There was envy in Serena's eyes, and she waved her hand at Miranda. "I'm going." "Be careful." Serena's little ones went to the best kindergarten school in Austin called the Little Sun School. Inside the colorful little park, there were children running around. Several 3- or 4-year-old girls gathered together to play in the sand pool. One of them was wearing a pink fluffy princess skirt and sitting in the sand pool with her small legs bare. With sand on her face, she had a pair of big almond eyes, long and thick eyelashes, and full and beautiful pink lips. Her hair was put up into a ponytail. Some light-colored hair was too short to be tied up and fluttered in the wind. At the moment, she was holding a small spoon to a doll, saying in a gentle tone full of motherly love, "Come, Mom will feed you." The young teacher came over and called, "Julianne, Jeremy, someone came to pick you up." "Ah, my mother is here." Her voice was sweet and soft.